Let's develop more flexibility and strength in our wrists. Welcome back. My name is Alejandro from Flow into Nature, and today we're going to do just that. We're going to do safe practices so that we can strengthen our wrists. Maybe you're trying to learn how to do inversions, go upside down. It is a process that takes time to strengthen our wrists, to be able to put more pressure, more weight on our wrists, so that we can do those things that maybe you've seen, maybe you're trying to do in a safe way. So don't need any props, we're just gonna get started. Come on to all fours, tabletop position. Beautiful. And today, again, we're gonna focus primarily just on the wrist. We're gonna start off, we wanna make sure that the placement is correct. So you're either gonna have your index finger or your middle finger facing forward. So that means that your hands actually might slide out a little bit, but make sure that they're shoulder width apart. We want all 10 knuckles firmly onto the mat. So press even that index finger knuckle down. Beautiful. And once you're there, then we're going to start through the movements. Make sure the arms are out nice and long. We're going to shift the weight forward onto passing the shoulders over the fingertips and then bring it back. When we're doing these movements, we want to make sure that we're going slow, we're going controlled, and you're feeling the stretch. We don't want to overdo it, especially when we're starting off. Like I said, this is a process that takes a lot of time, learning how to put that pressure onto the wrists, shift it forward, shift it back. So we'll do a couple of these moving, and then at the end, we're gonna do one hold. So this last one will shift forward and we're gonna hold. Again, press all 10 knuckles into the mat, length and press the hands firmly into the ground. Feel as you're activating all the way up the arms into the shoulders, pressing the heart up towards the sky. Can you shift forward a little bit more? We'll hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shift it back. Beautiful. We're going to bring the fingertips to face towards the sides of our mat, and we're going to start shifting side to side. So as we start to shift side to side again, just noticing where you're putting pressure and weight onto the wrists. We always want the pressure to go a little bit more towards the L side of the wrist. So in between the index finger and the thumb, because the joint is right at the base of where the thumb is. So that's where we want to be able to apply more pressure. And it's a similar way as how we walk, right? When we walk, we're normally not stiff. It's learning how to put pressure, to learn how to balance. It's a balancing act when we're going into our inversions. Beautiful. Keep going a couple more times. Whatever side is next, we're just going to go towards that side and we'll hold it there. 10. Press firmly into that hand, into the L shape. The index finger knuckle is down. 7, 6. Press a little more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it over towards the other side. Again, pressing that index finger knuckle down, shifting the weight a little further forward towards the thumb side of the hand. If you need to, find that flexibility until you feel the stretch. Hold it there. Another 7, 6, 5. Press a little deeper into the hand. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Beautiful. We're going to bring the fingertips back this time. And this is, again, something that takes time. So if you need to, know that you can bring the hands closer towards your knees, and that'll make it easier to add more weight because you're shifting the weight back. As you slowly progress, know that you can slowly start to walk your hands forward until you're in a regular tabletop with your fingertips back. And we'll do the same movements here. Just shift forward and then shift it back. Notice if your hands are way too far off from the knees and it starts to feel really painful, walk your hands back, shift it forward, shift it back. And again, this is all a process of awareness, noticing the wrists. Maybe you've gotten injured. I got injured when I first started doing handstands and things. So learning how to really take care of the wrists is super important for the longevity of it. And again, it's not necessarily being able to do all those cool things. It's having the mobility, the flexibility, the discipline of being able to do these practices before we actually start so that we can do this practice in the long run. That's really what it's all about. We'll do one last one. We'll hold it at the end, so shift the weight back. Again, maybe more weight in the knees. It's perfectly okay. Pressing that index knuckle down. If you want to go a little bit deeper, know that you can lift the heels of the palms and bend the elbows. That's going to be quite an intense stretch for the bottom of the forearms. If it feels good to you, go for it. If not, know that you can work your way up. Hold it there for 5, 4. Can you shift back a little bit more? 3, 2, and 1. We're going to shift forward. Fingertips still facing towards the knees. We're just going to flip the palms upside down and stretch out the top of the forearms. Again, if you need to add more weight to the knees, you can bring the hands closer to the knees, and we're just going to shift forward and then shift it back. If that feels like you're not getting much of a stretch, know that you can walk your hands further away from the knees so you can feel that deep stretch through the top of the forearms. This is not normally something that we use or do in yoga, but eventually know that you can actually do planks like this. They're called reverse planks. And so they are quite intense, but we do need to still develop the wrist strength. Beautiful. Last one, we're going to hold it, shifting the weight back, pressing the weight a little bit deeper to the inside of the wrist, right where the actual joint is, so closer to where the thumbs are. A little more weight on the inside. Press deeply into the hands. 3, 2, and 1. Just release. Sit back onto your heels. Grab, interlace your fingers, and just roll out the wrists. Beautiful. And you're going to notice they are going to be sore. That's actually what we're looking for. It's a process of strengthening the wrists. It's actually called osteoblast, where we're actually developing more strength. Calcium gets deposited into our bones, and a lot of that has to do with the amount of pressure that we regularly add, and that way our bones get stronger over time. Know that you can do these together with the hands interlaced, or if you want to do hands separate, you can roll the wrist out in one direction. Remember to then go in the opposite. Beautiful. We're going to do 2 more exercises. These are going to be to help and strengthen a little bit more into the forearms because, again, the body works in uniform. And so we need to strengthen not just the hands, but also the forearms and the shoulders. So we're going to mummy out the arms. Arms are going to come out long in front of you. Palms facing towards the wall in front of you. Imagine like you're doing a plank. Fingertips up, palms forward. Arms are nice and long. Beautiful. We're going to go for 1 minute. We're just going to open and close the hands as fast as you can. Breathe through it. Fingertips up, palms forward. Beautiful. We're going to start to feel as the forearms start to do the work here all the way out through the shoulders. Keep moving. Keep breathing. Open and close, open and close. Keep the fingertips going up. Yes, you can. I know. Once we get about halfway point, we really start to feel this one. It's one of those that does such good work for the forearms. Keep going. Oh yeah, I already start to feel it. My left forearm is definitely talking to me. Keep going. Keep opening and closing as fast as you can. Almost there. Beautiful. Last 15 seconds. If you have to start going a little slower, go a little slower. Fingertips up, fingertips up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake out the wrists. Whew, that always is a killer. Beautiful. And again, maybe you roll out the wrists, go nice and slow, go one way, go the other. And we're going to do the last exercise to strengthen the wrists. Bring your hands down. We're going to move ourselves into a plank. Know that you can do the plank on the knees. Knees will step back, and we're going to shift our weight forward onto our hands. Beautiful. From there, you can lift the heels up. Awesome. This is your modified plank. Or if you want to go for the full plank, plant the toes. Press deeply into the hands. And again, activating. So I'll try to do a little close-up for this. Activating into the hands. Your fingertips are actually going to spider out so that the middle knuckle of the finger actually lifts up, but all 10 knuckles of the palm are down. Roll. The eyes of the elbows point forward. Micro bend in the elbows. Press into the hands. Breathe through it. Nice and strong. Core is engaged. If you need to distract yourself, know that you can rock a little forward and back, just as we were doing earlier. But if you can, try to hold it still. Learning to find the balance. Maybe shift a little left and right. Notice how the weight shifts. Keep pressing deeply into the hands. Are you still breathing? Core is engaged. Help strengthen the wrist as much as you can. Yes, you can. Breathe through it. Shifting the weight a little in towards the bottom of the thumb. Index finger, knuckle still pressing down nice and strong. You got it. 10 more seconds. Breathe, press into the palms. Core is engaged. Nice and strong for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. Last time through. Roll out the wrists. Go in one direction. Go in the opposite. For me, my right wrist is always a little bit more sore than the left. I hear a little bit of pops and cracks. As long as it doesn't hurt, know that it is okay. If it is sore, that's what we're looking for. That's how you're going to help strengthen and develop the wrists before you start moving on to doing your actual inversions. Always, if you can, practice. Maybe you're just doing 1 or 2 of these exercises. Maybe you're going for the full routine. The more you do for it, the better off you will be. This is just a practice for you to strengthen your wrists, find more flexibility, finding more strength, being able to put more pressure and more weight onto your wrists so that you can go on and do crow pose and arm balances and all the fun things that we can do in yoga. But at the same time, really good for the wrists, for the forearms, for the hands, for the longevity of the practice and the usefulness of our arms in the long run. My name is Alejandro from Flow Into Nature. If you have any questions on anything that we did today, or maybe your wrists are hurting and you don't know what to do, drop them down below. We'll get to those. And as always, if you know somebody that needs this, share it with them. It's going to be super important for them. Also helps us a lot. And then for you, if you like this, if you got use out of it, give it a thumbs up, like it. It helps us out more than you know so that we can continue to make videos like this to continue to help you along your journey. I hope to see you on the next one.